Welcome back. It's the Flow Sports Hour on Flow FM. From Friday the 1st of March until Sunday the 3rd, Tumby Bay will be all about the Jamalka Offroad 360. Ben McNamara is the man in charge of the event, the creator of the event and the main organiser and promoter. He's pretty much everything behind it, and he joins the show right now to share all of the excitement. How are you, Ben? It's great to have you on the show.
Good, thanks.
So it's a 3-day event, and I've had a look at the schedule on your Facebook page, and it's absolutely chockers from sunrise to sunset pretty much every day. So what are some of the highlights that you're looking forward to and that all the spectators have to look forward to?
Yeah, well, on Saturday, this year, it's sort of, bike-wise, it's sort of fivefold, so there's going to be a hell of a lot of action. We should be bikes going past the main viewing area every 5 minutes for 2.5 hours to time to complete their 60k loop. So basically, racing starts at 8 on the Saturday and we finish around 6 o'clock with juniors. So at this stage, we have 111 entries. So we've got 22 juniors. So we didn't run juniors last year. So they'll be starting racing at 5 o'clock Saturday. And they're doing two 20k laps of the prologue track. And then also we'll have the senior bikes racing from about 1:30 onwards, which the program's on the Facebook page as well. So there'll be plenty of action Saturday and Sunday, and for spectators to look at.
All right, heaps to look forward to. And just give me some more background about the event itself. You've got karts, you've got bikes, and I assume there are different classifications and different types of races going on in terms of age group and separating the men and the women. Is that pretty much how it all works?
Yeah, especially with the bikes. Basically, we do have a women's section. At this stage, we have 7 women involved in it, ranging from New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia. So we've got a few travelling over to race. Last year, we only had one local lady racing. We also, and then we it's broken up into the pro, expert and clubman, and then you have masters and veterans. So we have basically a good field. Every class is filled quite well. But one of the big highlights this year is we've got another entry to come in yet, but we're going to have 9 pro riders. So these pro riders are people like Ben McNamara, who've won the Fink 4 times in a row. Basically the top 13 out of the top 13 Fink riders last year, we're going to have 7 of them at our event. So it's pretty exciting to get that on your second year of running the racetrack.
Absolutely, it is. And you said this is just the second year going. So is this the second year total that the event's ever happened, or it's still relatively new by the sounds of things?
Yeah, this is basically our second year. Last year was just a bit of a run. We just ran it as ourselves. We weren't involved in any other clubs or promotions or getting state championship points or anything, whereas the clubs and they were pretty impressed with the way we ran things last year. So with the cars situation this year, we're the first round of SA championships, and then also as in the club event, there's 6 clubs in South Australia. We'll be running with the Gawler Knights, hide our track to them, and so they'll be running their first club event here on the same weekend, as well as the Jamalka 360. So the cars can participate in actually 3 lots of competition over the same weekend, where they actually do 360 kilometres of the track. So that's what's happening with them. And then with the bikes, at this stage, they're just participating in their classes, but just for this Jamalka 360 event, which basically at this stage. So there's which is going to bring a lot more cars, and also it has attracted a lot more bikes as well.
All right, that's pretty extraordinary. Only the second year of the event running, and it's already going towards championship points for the cars. Yeah,
no, that was a pretty massive highlight actually. That's basically why I did open my track. Like in the off-road racing, we only had two rounds of SA championships, which was not really a lot, and that's how I ended up opening my track and opening it up to the public and going ahead with everything. It was sort of talked about, but I didn't realise there was as much work involved in it as it was. So it has turned out to a fairly big project, but at this stage, it looks like it's going to be quite rewarding, and especially for our peninsula, our local area, like just going through the motorbike list. We've got people from Charters Taz, we've got people travelling all the way from Perth. I think there's 33 entries from Victoria, 27 from New South Wales, 6 from Northern Territory. There's people coming from all over Australia, basically, on the motorbikes. With the cars, it's going to be more. We do have a couple coming down from Alice Springs in the cars. We were hoping to have some from Western Australia, but whether they're still coming or not, I don't know, from around the Kalgoorlie district. But yeah, the motorbikes we're covered really well all around Australia. So the economic value when those guys leave Perth and all the way up a couple from Brisbane and Sydney, it'll be a great little money earner for our local economy.
Certainly will, and I'm amazed that it's only the second year of the event, and it's something that you've just started up pretty much on your own accord, and it sounds like you've got loads of participants. The fact that they're coming from all around Australia is pretty incredible in just the second year of it running, and the fact that the cars are racing for championship points as well. How many participants total? Do you know the exact number of how many you've got coming this year, and how does that compare to the debut year last year?
Oh, last year we had 13 cars. The car entries are still over another 15 days, but we are anticipating most club events and especially SA championships get between 25 and 30 cars. So that's what I'm sort of looking at, 25 to 30 cars. And at this stage, we have 92 senior motorbikes already entered and 22 juniors, which is absolutely fantastic for the support from the juniors. I was asked whether I could do it last year, and it was pretty hard to get it to such a big track, but this year there's been a lot of talk about it. And one of the things is the juniors the ones that want to go and do think and that, there's no big long tracks for them to train on until basically they turn 16 and then they can jump on the Fink. So there's not, unless they're going to own their own land. So basically what we're offering the juniors this year, their race will be Saturday afternoon, 2 laps of the prologue, as I mentioned before, but the ones with really good prologue times and showing the experience that they can handle a 60k loop, they get a chance after the 2-hour mark on the Sunday. They join in with the seniors, which 80% of the field will be already through on their third lap of the track because they're going to do 3 laps, 180 k's each day. The juniors get to do 1 lap in that as well, so which will be a great experience for them. Yeah,
amazing stuff. That it's going to be a very, very big event, and like you said, with all those people coming from out of town and from interstate, it's going to be really good for the local economy. I assume you're pretty popular among the owners of the local bakeries and the publicans and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, the sponsorship's just been absolute fantastic. This year, I think we've got in excess of 35 sponsors. So, and some of them are interstate, not local. Like we've got a couple of big machinery companies from Western Australia that have sponsored us. An engineering firm over Adelaide Way, not just local towns. It's actually, basically, I think we've got about 4 states represented, as in from sponsorship. So, because they're involved in racing and, they like this sort of thing to go ahead. And one of the biggest highlights what has sold my track is basically you can camp in the paddock right behind the track, the pits area. The racing is only 50 metres in front of you. We've got a beautiful big shed set up and facilities there with toilets, showers, and everything there, which is all brand new. And we've got a 12-metre bar, which is manned all weekend by Elders sponsored the bar. And then also they man all the livestock guys and merch guys run a shift, so they actually have a catch-up weekend as well. And then they look after the bar from Friday right through to Sunday night, which they do a fantastic job. So they've come back on board again this year. So there'll be a lot of Elders representatives there doing that. So that helps us out. And then we've got about 40 other volunteers which will be helping through recovery. We need about 15 vehicles on the 60k track for recovery for both bikes and cars. So it takes in a fair few forward drives. And then basically, looking after the bistro and just doing toilets and bins and parking and camping and everything. So it's actually, it's mind-boggling really for my wife and me what we've taken on, but we do have on the day when people turn up, and on Thursday, Friday, we do have some great support from the volunteers and that. So a lot of them have got doing on the helping on the canteen recovery and doing the gate. We're a big supporter of Lions Club. They come out and they do the breakfast. They did that last year, so they get there at 6 o'clock in the morning and they do the bacon egg muffins, as well as they run the gate as well. And then we make a donation back to the Tumby Bay Lions Club, so they're all for it. So that's working out great at this stage. And then also they'll be doing their donuts this year, donuts at the track this year as well. The other thing we should mention, which worked really well last year, but it wasn't on my YouTube channel because I never had enough followers, but this year I do. So we'll be live the whole 2 days. Will be live broadcast on my channel, which people won't remember, but my name, Ben McNamara 2133 is my channel. So basically, if you want to subscribe to that and be ready to go, you can actually watch all the racing out in front. For the first time ever, we're not in off-road racing history. Last year we did this live, but this year we've got a drone which will be live broadcasting back straight to the TV. So we're going to have eight screens, 8 cameras, including the drone. So the whole time in about a 20-kilometre part of the track will be live beam back to the shed. So yesterday I just installed another big screen outside in front of the shed. We've got a big screen in the shed. So if people want to having a beer on that, because the licence area is just around the shed, so they can actually watch the race while they're having a beverage, and then also hear it in the background and taste the dust as well. So going live broadcast should and then basically people can watch it. If they can't make the race, they can still watch it as well. So, and we also have live commentary as well. So Lyndon Wilson, along with his other 3 guys, are doing all the filming of that and commentary. And then we've got a local Ian Beebs who did it last year. He'll help Lyndon out because he knows a lot of the sponsors and a lot of the local people, and he'll do actual live interviews with all the leading riders and, with Jay Simmons who run it last year, Ben Grabham and all that. So he'll go out and interview them in front of the crowd. And, so if you can't quite hear it all on our speaker system, which you should. Last year we were told it was all too loud. This year we've gone bigger because we've expanded our viewing area by 250 metres. So we've put a heap of hay bales up to make stands there. So if people are coming along, bring a picnic rug so they don't get itchy legs from the hay, or a chair to sit up in the hay bales. But if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see plenty. I haven't posted we'll do that today, or the spectator viewing area, but you'll see that I've spent a lot of effort and I've put out 900 bales of hay, stacked them a couple of high, so your viewing is going to be absolutely magnificent over the track.
All right, Ben McNamara 2133, write that down, remember it so that you can tune in to the live stream going on YouTube as the event's going on. And you've thought of everything, Ben, with between the hay bales and the drones and getting the whole local community behind the event. By the sounds of things, it just sounds like a real winner and a massive amount of growth in just the second year of the event. And if it keeps trending this way, I'd say there's going to be many years in the future. And it's pretty amazing you've put this all together pretty much by yourself. How much support did you have last year compared to this year with the amount of growth that you've had and with the car racing counting towards the championship points? Yeah, what's the uptick been like in sort of help that you've had?
Yeah, well, this year we had a bit of a pear shape with the people that normally run the off-road. They just suddenly retired, so that caused a bit of a problem. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a harder one this year because normally we contract the running of the event to a off-road company, but so now we've had to go put our own timing loop in, employ separate people to do wristbands, timing. Instead of 2 people that turned up last year and did the job, I've had to employ 6 people. So the costs have gone up dramatically because it's, 5 extra cars coming from Adelaide with people and gear, plus stuff I've had to buy. So I thought this year would be a bit easy on that side of things, and that one caused us quite a bit of stir there because it was only exactly 4.5 weeks ago we found out they weren't going to run our event. So there's been a lot of rebuilding timing box doing this, and it's... But anyway, we're all up running now. We've got wristbands, that all happening, and it's all come together quite well. But basically the support, the motorbikes speak for itself. To go from 23 motorbikes through to 120, and it wouldn't surprise me. That's another 6 days they're still open for. That it could end up 123. So to get 100 more bikes I just thank them all. It's just great support. And like I said before earlier, I think the sale part of the track is you're not having to move each day to the track. You're not having like the feet. You've got to move your camp down to the bottom, and then the next day you go back. At this, you just pull up at one spot for the whole weekend, and basically you can race, do 360k race, and then go home without having to move camp. So I think that is one of the, I know that's one of the biggest selling points of it, and I think that'll be where it'll win out over the next few years.
Absolutely, it's a massive step forward from last year, and it sounds like just a great spectator event with the ability to, sit in one spot and see all the action. And I know at Fink, the desert race, there's a lot of people who go down the track and camp out. Is there any camping or anything like that at this one in Tumby?
No. Well, that's one of the big issues, and that's one of the issues with Fink, and that's why I nearly get shut down each year. Is just being able to control the people and the traffic flow along the edge of the racetrack. So basically, we've kept everybody basically kept at the home base, which is around the shed and that. But what we've done is extended the viewing area. So this year, the motorbike refueling's been moved down. It's a lot bigger area because there's so many bikes, but we've made an area there nearly 300 metres long, which has got hay bales and that like 2 metres off the ground, so you can view all from there. You can watch the action of the bike refuelling, watch them come in, watch them flag each other down, refuel, do mechanics, change tyres, do everything right basically 15 metres in front of your nose. And the same thing on the other side of the shed, the Tumby side of the shed, the same thing there. I think I nearly got 300 odd metres there of viewing, which is all built up as well. And this year we put a finishing jump in that the cars and all that will get 2-3 metres in the air before they land. So there'll be a lot of good photos can be taken there. So we tried to make it as good, and then also going the live stream. If there isn't a car there in front of you and you want to watch it, just leave your phone going and basically pick it up, and you'll be able to hear the commentary as well as see the cars on the other side of the shed and the motorbike. So if your motorbike that you're chasing is getting refueled and you can't get over the motorbike pitch, just simply go to your iPad or go to your phone and you'll be able to watch exactly what's happening over the other side of the shed without moving. So and you can move from side to side without a problem. So no camping, but maximum. There's that much track in front. That's incredible. You'll be seeing something every 5 minutes this year.
Yep, very good stuff. It's going to be a very, very big weekend in Tumby Bay. You mentioned the races coming that have raced at Fink in the past and a lot of the top finishers from there. Are there any other races you're particularly excited to have, whether they're local or coming from interstate or elsewhere?
Oh, yeah. There's, you caught me on the name, but there is one guy coming all the way from Perth. He's a pretty handy rider, and I think that's very good. He's come over there. Another guy, a bit of an incident last year on the track was a local Clint from out there at Cummins Bearing Engineering, so he's back into the what's it name, veterans. So he will be one to be out to beat. But a lot of the riders that rode here last year, I think out of the 23, there's only 3 that are not coming due to whatever reasons and that are happening. They've all contacted me to let me know they're very disappointed they couldn't make it back. So I think that's not a bad turnout. You get 23 and 20 of the same bikes come back. So they've actually sold it very well for me to turn that into like nearly 120 bikes. So there's and like I said, as in the names, depends. Some people follow the Fink, some people do, but they're good names like Jay Simmers, the one we sponsor. Chad Sparrow, who's right up there. Ben Grabham, like I said, who's won Fink 4 times. Local Tanner Fitzner, Luke Hayes, Taylor Adams, James Heenan, and like I said, Brodie Waters. They're all people that race. Another really good local guy, Ethan Zixi, he does very, very well. So, and then, we've got 7 or 8 from down the southeast coming over that are right up there and amongst them. And then, we've got some locals that are just doing it for to be involved and join in, which they've been out training and that because, your ass gets a bit sore after doing 180 Ks on that sort of track. So, so we have another young chap here, Carrots or Anthony Webb. He's given it a crack on the bike. He's taken place of another local guy that's not here. He's down in Antarctica working. So it's his turn to step up. So, I don't know how he's going to be Sunday or Monday morning. I don't think he'll be going back to work.
Gee whiz, there's just a lot to look forward to. Lots of good races coming down to Tumby for the race. Ben, I think we've covered off on everything, but just in case there is something we've missed, where's that Facebook page that people can go to get more details or if there are more entries to come in? I'm sure all the details are there as well.
Oh, it's on Instagram as well, so Instagram and Facebook. Most stuff is posted on both. But Facebook, just type in Jamalka Offroad and that'll come up and just flick through the recent posts. But the good thing about Instagram is things that are important are all posted or pinned, so along the top, so you can just go to it and find that information straight away, whereas the old school like me with Facebook, you got to flick through the post to find all your information. But the phone numbers are on there and stuff, so we've had plenty of calls from people coming over the Riverland and Adelaide wanting to come and just watch the event. They just ring us to just clarify things. So we don't mind a phone call just to let you know what's going on. So you have a good weekend. The other thing we did forget is merchandise. We sold a lot of merchandise last year, so we still have a lot of the same sort of stuff. But this year we've come out with a new shirt which features the guy we sponsor who won the race last year, Jay Simister, on the front, and also My Buggy on the back. And yeah, they look really, really specky. So we've got a couple hundred of them made up, but they've been posted on the page, and yeah, I think it's sort of going to be first in. I don't think, put it this way, I think by Friday night when merchandise opens by Saturday afternoon, I don't think any will be left. So the amount of interest we've had with them, so they've come up really, really good, but we can order more. So yeah, so there's plenty of merch for sale as well.
All right, you've thought of everything, Ben, and I really appreciate you coming on to share all those details. So jump on the Facebook page or the Instagram if you do want to get more details. And yes, Tumby Bay, 1st of March till the 3rd of March. The town will be alive with the Jamalka Offroad 360. Ben, you've done a great job organising this. Hopefully it all goes well. All the best to you and everyone else involved.
Righto, thank you very much.